Hey guys, it's Pablo on deck. I wanted to talk to you guys today about graduating college debt-free. That is owing $0 in student loans. This is definitely something that's achievable. I want to share you guys my personal story as well as the top 3 things I think you guys can do to achieve this for yourself. Alright guys, so I want to share some relevant stats with you guys. It takes about 21 years for people to pay off their student loans, which is pretty crazy. On top of that, the average loan amount is around $30,000, and every year prices are going up for 4-year universities. So this obviously causes a lot of debt. A lot of people struggle with their debt, and I wanted to share this with you guys in the hopes that we can break this cycle. So these are some of the things that I had in mind when I began my university career, and I wanted to share with you my personal story now. So I went to Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana, where I studied mechanical engineering with minors in electrical engineering and management. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with the cost, this costs about $10,000 for in-state students and $28,000 for out-of-state students. I didn't have this money starting off, and I didn't have funds set aside for my education, so I took a federally subsidized loan for my first couple of years. This type of loan doesn't require you to pay interest until after 6 months post-graduation. An unsubsidized loan, on the other hand, builds interest while you're in school. West Lafayette is a relatively low-cost area, and it is known primarily as a college town. I was fortunate enough to have gone to high school locally in the area, and I was able to live at home and commute during my first couple of years. I considered out-of-state options to be unaffordable, and Purdue seemed like the most logical option for me considering my career aspirations. Additionally, I had applied for scholarships, however by no means did I have a full ride. This was something that helped me to supplement tuition costs. Roughly 10% of my college tuition costs were covered by scholarships. For the remaining 90% of my college tuition and cost of living, I did an array of things, including working part-time during my entire university. Every semester I was on campus, I would always have at least one part-time job, whether it was the research assistant in a lab, or a tutor, or working in a machine shop. I always tried to work jobs that were higher paying than minimum wage. That was really key. But what was really most impactful towards this goal was working internships. I held 5 internships throughout college at 3 different companies. From freshman year, I came in really hungry for these internships, not only because I knew it would help me with professional growth, but also because I knew that these internships would pay higher than minimum wage and allow me to reach my goal faster. I worked for one company in Indiana, Biomet, one company in Ohio, Marathon Petroleum Corporation, and one company in California, Tesla. So while I was living in these places, I really tried to keep my living costs low, not living in any type of luxury apartment, really budgeting and allocating funds appropriately towards subsidized loans, rent, and any necessary expenses. After paying off the loans, I built a savings to pay for subsequent college semesters. Spending money deliberately and limiting unnecessary expenses was really vital here. Rinsing and repeating this mindset when back on campus, again, trying to keep those living costs low, whether that's going on Facebook Marketplace and trying to negotiate deals for rent, or any type of deal hunting that you really had to do there, and sticking to the plan. Discipline is really key. College can be full of distractions, and continuing to spend in your semester to semester budgets as you had allocated will help you keep on track. Overall though, deliberate planning and discipline with spending allowed me to cross the stage with $0 in college loans. So if you're currently in university or thinking about attending university and you want to graduate debt-free, these are the 3 core things, the 3 main takeaways that I was describing at the beginning of the video that I wanted to share with you guys. Number 1, keep costs low. Whether that's going into an in-state tuition and keeping that lower tuition value throughout your time at college, or whether that's starting at a community college for your first 2 years and transitioning over into a 4-year university, that's also an option. Or lastly, especially now with COVID, you can take classes online and just live at home. That will really reduce the tuition cost for you possibly, as well as any costs with living expenses. So number 2 is having a source of income. It's really important to always have some money coming in while you're trying to make these payments. I know it can be hard to balance working and having school at the same time, but this is something where you can also pick up some time management skills. It's hard at first, but it gets easier over time. Additionally, it doesn't have to be a part-time job. It could also be a small business that you develop, such as fixing phones on campus, getting into e-commerce, or making any sort of sales-based approach towards a market that's targeted for students. Additionally, internships are also a good way to make money, and Those are some of the main ways that you can make some money while you're in school. Last but not least is the budgeting plan. This is what really ties it all together. It's really important to make something that you can change from semester to semester, allocating funds as necessary. Again, your income may change from one semester, your expenses may change depending on your housing and living situations. So making this flexible, I suggest using an app such as Mint or creating an Excel sheet where you can track these expenses month to month or every couple of weeks depending on what your pay cycles are. This is really going to help you achieve what you need to do. Making the plan and execute is what you really need to do to be able to tie it all in together and graduate debt-free. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know, give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll be answering any questions in the comments below. I really want to continue this engagement, so stay tuned for additional videos on professional development and growth. This is Pablo on deck. Thanks for watching.